श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि श्रीमद्रङ्गशठारि संयमेवराल्लब्धागमान्तद्वयं श्रीमद्वीररघुत्वहाद्य षडजित् पादारविन्दाश्रयं श्रीमद्वेदवतंसदेशिकयतेः कारुण्यवीक्षास्पदं सेवे रङ्गधुरीनशासनवशं नारायणं योगिनं वेदान्तदेशिक यतीन्द्रकटाक्षलब्धत्रय्यन्तसारम् अनवद्यगुणं बुधाग्र्यं नारायणाद्य यतितुर्यकृपाभिषिक्तं श्रीरङ्गनाथ यतिशेखरमाश्रयामः श्रीकृष्णमार्यं करुणालयन्तं वेदान्तयुग्मं समतीतवन्तं वत्साभिजातं विदुषान्वरेण्यं श्रीभाष्यसिंहं प्रणमामि नित्यं श्रीमते वाचश्रीकृष्णमार्य महादेशिकाय नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः जय गरुड सुपर्णा Adiyan Krishna Varahan from Geneva, Switzerland and a SARAN Sevak. This Vishwavasu year, that is 2025, we are celebrating the 100th Thirunakshatram of my Tata, Pitamahar Shri Uve Karukurichchi Chetlur Krishnamacharya Swami. I would like to give a brief introduction about my Tata before I get into the topic that was given to me. He hailed from the Karkurchi village in the Tirunelveli district. He was born on 25th December 1925 in the Tamil year Krodana Varsham, Margazhi month, and the Nakshatram was Bharani. A day that marked the beginning of a life dedicated to Vedam, Sampradayam, and Kainkaryam to Perumal. He attained proficiency in Yajurveda and did his Samashrayam under Sri Karukurichchi Chinna Ishingar, who is the 41st pontiff of Sri Ahobilamat Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Sadakopa Yatindra Mahadeshika. He underwent Upanyasam under Sri Mukur Ageshingar, who was the 44th pontiff, and pursued Kalakshebam under Sri Villivalam Aishingar. And as we all know, we are also celebrating the 100th Thirunakshatram of Srimad Villivalam Aishingar world over. Throughout his life, he remained deeply attached to both 41st and 45th Aishingars, who shaped up his scholarship as well as devotion. My Tata was honored with the title Sri Desika Stotra Ratnam, conferred by Srimad Paravakotai Andavan for his mastery over Desika Stotras and his tireless service in teaching them to others. Tata's life was embodiment of Kainkaryam. He deeply believed that whatever he had learned, be it Vedam, Stotras, or Shastras, must be shared freely to others as offering to Perumal. On this note, he taught Vedam to various men, Stotrapadam, Paduka Sahasram, Lakshmi Sahasram to various women in West Mambalam, Chennai. Apart from this, his cherished Kainkaryams include Srimad Ramayanam Parayanam. He has done over 50 Pattabhishekams in the span of 15 years. Srimad Bhagavata Saptaham during Sri Jayanti Utsavam, and Parayanam of Lakshmi Sahasram on every Uttara Nakshatram, and Srimad Ramayana Parayanam during Sri Ramanavami Utsavam, mainly for Lokakshema. These contributions shaped up the devotion of many families. His students fondly remember him with deep affection and gratitude. For my Tata, teaching was a service. As I said earlier, whatever we learn has to be passed on to the next generation, be it our Acharya's Upatesam or Stotrapadam or Divya Prabandham as a Kainkaryam to Perumal. With this spirit, he touched countless lives and he continues to inspire us even today. On this note, Adian was discussing with my Kalakshepa Guru, Sri Uve APN Swami, that I would like to conduct a 100th Nakshatram of my Tata. Immediately, he blessed us with with the thought, and he also told that I should do an Upanyasam on Paduka Sahasram, which was one of the very favorite topic of my Tata. Well, when you talk about Paduka Sahasram, you can talk on various subjects. But then the topic that was given to me is Paduka and Lakshmana. Again, before getting into the topic, I would just want to highlight one another key thing or a key association is that at the end of every Satramore, which is finishing the teaching lessons for the students, my Tata would always call upon our APN Swami to share a few words on a selected verse from relevant Paddatis of Paduka Sahasram. And our Swami, with his characteristic kindness, would always oblige. This simple yet a significant tradition shows that my association with our APN Swami goes a very long way, although you can say indirectly, through the loving guidance and devotion of my Tata. As I stand here with Acharyan's grace, Adiyan really feel indebted to both my Tata as well as my Guru Sri APN Swami for making this opportunity possible and allowing me to be a small instrument in this event. As I said, the topic that was given to me was Paduka and Lakshmana, which is kind of very apt because if you think of one person in our Sampradaya who embodies Kainkaryam or under absolute selfless service is nothing but Lakshmana. Lakshmana was not just merely a brother, he is the ideal Sevaka to Lord Rama. Maybe that is why when Lakshmana was incarnated, Maharshi Valmiki uses this expression or uses this shloka to explain about Lakshmana. Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampanno Bahif Prana Ivaparaha. Lakshmana was endowed with all the auspicious wealth. One can ask, what was the wealth that he was born with? Does Valmiki says that he has Dhana Sampat, which is money, or Griha Sampat, which is land, or what is that Lakshmana had? Lakshmi Sampanna, which is he had Shri, which is the spiritual wealth, which is nothing but Kainkaryam. I don't think Maharshi Valmiki would use a verse Lakshmi Sampanna for a material aspect. It is always for the Kainkaryam. That is why we also call Lakshmana as Kainkarya Shriman. As you know, Rama was the seventh avatar of Sriman Narayana, and Lakshmana was the incarnation of Adiseshan. Adisesha is the first and foremost servant of Sriman Narayana. So when Mahavishnu came down as Rama from Vaikuntham, his first and foremost servant, Adiseshan, came down as Lakshmana. We all know Dasaratha was blessed with four sons Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, and Shatrughna. After they were born, they were put in a separate cradle in the order in which they were born. They saw that Rama was crying and kids were uncontrollable. Nobody had any idea what is the reason for such a cry. And then came sage Vasishta and asked the mothers to put Rama and Lakshmana in one cradle, Bharata and Shatrughna in another cradle. To everyone's surprise, the baby stopped crying immediately. This shows that Rama and Lakshmana are inseparable right from birth. Again, Valmiki uses a beautiful shlokam to explain the togetherness of Rama and Lakshmana. Najatena vinanidram labate purushottamaha. So even at sleep, they are not separated. Such was the great bonding between Rama and Lakshmana. And Lakshmana showed his dasatva bhavam towards Rama, and his entire life was to serve Rama, but nothing else. Then the time came for Pattabhishekam. When Rama was about to be crowned, Kaikeyi decided a plan to make Bharata as a king and send Rama to an exile for 14 years, shattering all the plans of Dasharatha. At that time, Sita insisted that she will also join with Rama to the forest. Rama tried hard to tell to Sita to stay in Ayodhya, but Sita persuaded Rama, and finally, Rama agreed for Sita to join him to the forest. But how can Lakshmana be separated from Rama? And let's see who's Lakshmana first. We know that he is the first and foremost Dasan of Rama, and he takes different forms and does service. One may wonder, is it? I have not heard of such a thing. How can you say that Lakshmana takes different form? Again, it is beautifully explained in the Pasuram that Sendral Kodayam Irundal Singhasanamam Nindral Maravadiyam. That is, when Rama walks, Lakshmana becomes the Paduka. When Rama stands, Lakshmana becomes an umbrella. And when Rama wants to sit, Lakshmana becomes a Singhasanam. So now you could associate that Paduka and Lakshmana are one and the same. Lakshmana, who can never imagine himself being separated from Rama, also wanted to join Rama to the forest. However, Lakshmana did not know what to do. And what is that one thing that we have understood from our Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam is that if something is beyond your reach, the only way to attain is through Sharanagati, which is surrender. Yes, and that's what Lakshmana did to Rama and Sita. He performed Sharanagati that he will also join them in the exile. Again, Valmiki puts this in a beautiful shloka as follows. Sabhratuscharnau gadam nipidya raghunandanah Sitam uvachati yasham ragavam cha mahavratam. So he held the feet of both Sita and Rama and said that I surrender to you and please do take me to the forest. Not only that, Lakshmana also assured to Rama that he will perform Kainkaryam 24 by 7 and Rama and Sita can enjoy the beauty of forest, mountains, lakes, etc. This is again explained in the shloka as भवांस्तु सह वैदेह्या गिरिसानुषु रंस्यसे अहम सर्वं करिष्यामि जाग्रतः स्वपतश्चते. Thus, Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana started from Ayodhya and they were staying in Chitrakoot. By this time, Bharata came back from his maternal uncle's place and understood that Rama was sent on an exile and Bharata should be crowned as king. He was heartbroken, and immediately he came with the entire troop of Ayodhya towards Chitrakoot. Lakshmana, who was guarding the hermitage of Rama, was looking out for any enemies that would come and attack them. And there, while guarding, he saw that Bharata was coming with a large army of people. And immediately, Lakshmana thought that Bharata is planning to attack and kill Rama. This enraged Lakshmana, and he thought that, oh, Bharata not only pushed Rama to the forest, and now he is planning to kill Rama as well. Immediately, he turned to Rama and said, Sasainyam Bharatam Hatva Bhavishyamina Samshayaha, which means like, oh Rama, Bharata is coming toward us with a big army. Fear not, I am here to protect you. You go inside the hermitage and close the fire so that there is no evidence that you are residing here. I will kill Bharata and then I'll meet you with the victory news that I have killed him. Rama was very sad that Lakshmana did not understand the real intention of Bharata. Maybe Kaikeyi's Bharata might have some mal intentions of killing Rama, but Rama's Bharata will never even think of hurting others. This act of Lakshmana accusing Bharata was considered as a Bhagavad Apcharam. Perumal will forgive and forget any apacharam or sin that you commit towards him, but he will never forget or forgive any sin that we commit towards his Bhagavata. He will ensure that we repent or perform prayachittam for such a sin. And not only that, he will also provide an opportunity for us to seek forgiveness from the same Bhagavata. Rama coolly replied that, Hey Lakshmana, you did not understand Bharata at all. The intention of Bharata is never to kill me or do any harm to me. He is never behind all this material aspect. If you think that you want the Rajyam, then you let me know. I will ask Bharata and he will immediately return it to you. And I can be assured that he will not even think again to give the kingdom to you. Lakshmana was ashamed that he thought that Rama all would think about me as how I thought about Bharata. That is, Lakshmana had a wrong understanding or a misunderstanding with Bharata that he has come to kill Rama. So Lakshmana was very silent and he came down from the tree from which he was guarding and he kept quiet because he was really, really embarrassed. Then Bharata came to meet Rama and requested Rama to return to the kingdom. This put Rama in a very, very delicate situation because he has promised that he will be in exile for 14 years. So, how can you break a promise? Despite declining politely to Bharata, Bharata did not accept at all and he forced Rama to take up the kingdom. Again, as you know, and we have seen it earlier, if something that you cannot achieve through normal means, then what you try to do is you perform Sharanagati. So Bharata also did Sharanagati to Rama. But the important aspect of Sharanagati is when you perform a Sharanagati, it is the duty of other person to protect or keep up the words. But this is a very, very delicate situation. What did Bharata perform as Sharanagati? He asked Rama to come back. But Rama has already vowed that he will be in exile for 14 years. So these two are kind of contradictory to each other. And as we all know, Rama is a Satyavratan. He keeps up his word and his promise. But at the same time, he wanted to ensure that the fruits of Sharanagati are fulfilled. So he gave his replacement, Paduka, to Bharata and asked Paduka to go back and rule Ayodhya for 14 years. If you see the two episodes that we saw, Lakshmana did a Sharanagati and Bharata also did Sharanagati. But their Sharanagati was despite the fact that Rama told them either not to join them in the forest to Lakshmana or to Bharata, he said to go back and rule Ayodhya. Both the brothers did not listen to what Rama said but performed Sharanagati to get their work done. Whereas when Rama gave the Paduka to Bharata, Paduka immediately accepted Rama's wish and started to rule Ayodhya. Swami Deshikan puts this in his work Paduka Sahasram as Bratur Niyogepya Nivartamanam Rajyabhishekam cha Parityajantam Ramanujautau Nanuparatantriat Vuba Vubabhyam Bhavati Jigaya. So there were two brothers, Lakshmana and Bharata, who had Swatantra despite surrendering to Rama, which means they thought they want to get their wish fulfilled rather than what is the wish of Rama. Whereas Paduka here accepted the wish of Rama and ruled over Ayodhya, which means Swami Deshikan says Paduka won over the two brothers and because it was Paratantrim. So it was always a subservient to the Lord. So when this whole incident also relates us that if you perform Kainkaryam and if you show the real Dasatvam, then you will rule the world as well. So Bharata accepted Rama's Paduka and he came to Ayodhya and he performed Paduka Pattabhishekam and Valmiki mentions it as Adiroharya Padabhyam Paduke Hemabhushite Yete hi sarvalokasya Yogakshemam Vidasyataha. So Paduka ruled over the world for 14 years. After giving Paduka to Bharata, Rama glanced at Lakshmana to say that you did not listen to my command. So I have sent your avatar, which is nothing but Paduka, which we saw earlier, to the kingdom. And not only this is not a small thing for which Rama would look at Lakshmana. The main reason was that since Lakshmana did a Bhagavata Apacharam, he has to stay with that Bhagavata and repent for that mistake. One may wonder how Bharata placing the Rama's Paduka on his head would mean a kind of a repent for the mistake. Again, let's take a small example here. As you know that if you're holding something on the top, generally the item on the top is considered as important or valuable. But again, take an example where a father holds the son on top of his shoulder so that the son could enjoy the Perumal Purapadu in a street. That doesn't mean that the father has lost his importance. It is still the father who is important, and the son is a servant or a subservient to the father. In the same manner, even though the Paduka, Bharata hold Paduka on his head, it also indirectly means that Lakshmana is still being repenting for his mistake that he committed against Bharata. And this is one of the reason Lakshmana felt very ashamed and kept quiet throughout till the end of the Rama Ravana Yuddham. And also, this is the key reason why Lakshmana did not provide any opinion when Vibhishana did Sharanagati to Rama. Then, after the war, Lakshmana, Sita, Rama, everybody returned to Nandigramam and they saw Bharata holding the Paduka over the head and everyone prostrated to Bharata, including Lakshmana. Again, Swami Deshikan explains in his Paduka Sahasram that Bharata Shirasi Lagnam Paduke Duratastvam Swatanumappi Vavande Lakshmana Shesha Bhutaha Kimidamiha Vichitram Nitya Yukta Sisheve Dasharata Tanaya San Ranganatha Swameva. He said Lakshmana worshipped Paduka. We have already seen that Lakshmana is nothing but Paduka. So why is he worshipping himself? In today's world, we all know about selfie culture. But what is the self worship culture? Everyone was curious. Then, actually, if you see, this runs in their family. What did Rama do? Rama worshipped his family deity, Ranganatha. And who's Ranganatha? He's nothing but Ram itself. So when Rama worshipped Ranganatha, nobody objected it. But when Lakshmana is doing that to Paduka, why everybody is thinking that, oh, he is worshipping himself? Well, you should not construe like that. The reason why Rama worshipped Ranganatha is to show that how to do service or kainkariam to Perumal. But in case of Lakshmana, he has committed various apacharam, Bhagavad apacharam to Bharata, and as part of repenting his mistake, he is hailing both the Paduka and Bharata. Well, we could go on and on comparing the services of Lakshmana and Paduka, but Adiyan would like to conclude by thanking SARAN and my Kalakshepa Guru, Sri AbhimaaN Swami, for giving me an opportunity to talk a few words about Lakshmana and Paduka while we celebrate my Tata's 100th Thirunakshatram and who has completed more than 50 Patabhishekams of Srimad Ramayanam. I pray to his lotus feet to guide us and inspire us for many more years. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Another important note is that every year on December 25th, Sri AbhimaaN Swami conducts Paduka Sahasram Mahotsavam in Krishnan Temple, Malleshwaram, Bangalore. It's been going on for last 18 years and every year it's a grand occasion where more than 5,000 devotees join together and sing Paduka Sahasram in a one voice. I all I request you all to participate in the event this year to get the blessings of Swami Deshikan, Paduka and Perumal. Dhanyosmi. Jai Garuda Suparna.